to eat training camp, an altitude training camp. Down here, that's where we used to stay in the huts, and you would have to walk all the way up here to where we're staying now, which is here, this hotel, and that's where we have breakfast and dinner. There's also another hotel over here where half the team are staying. The last video I made was Henley. What has happened since Henley? Well, we raced at Lucerne, we won Lucerne, we won the entire World Cup series, which is awesome. Being an official press release that has now confirmed that the 4 that raced in Lucerne are going to be the 4 racing in Florida. So we've still got Matt in the bow seat, Mo in the 2 seat, myself in the 3 seat, and Will in the stroke seat. I think we're all really looking forwards to Florida. It's still a couple of weeks away, but I remember a couple of videos ago when I said it, we've got lots of time. It's well into the future, and now I feel like it's going to creep up so quickly. This training camp normally feels like an eternity, but I have to be honest, the first week has flown by. We've got one more week to really get some hard training in before we go home for one day, and then we fly out to Portugal for another 2 weeks. Slightly warmer than it is here. The climate here is all over the place. I think a couple of days ago, Tom Barris in the single, he went out in just the Lycra, and today we're out in leggings, Lycra, long sleeve, tech tops, Gamexes, like neck warmers, the whole shebang. You know, you go from boiling hot summer sunshine to freezing cold, middle of the winter, like Arctic crosswinds, and you've got to be prepared for all situations. You know, we're up at the top of a mountain, we're in the middle of nowhere, there is nothing to do. You train, you go back to the hotel, you eat, you sleep, you row, you repeat. But there are some big advantages of being up in a mountain. I mean, the views for one are amazing. It's nice and quiet, but the views trump everything. If you're exhausted, you go back to your room, you put your feet up, you look out your window, and you just got mountains everywhere. Look. See, look how stunning it is. Now this is actually the lake that we row on. It's 2,000 meters. And we actually have to come here and buoy this lake up ourselves. So at the beginning of this video, I was crossing the dam and I panned down into the valley below the dam, and I was trying to point out the old huts that we stayed in, and the lake I just showed you and the buoy line that we have to put in ourselves. We actually go down to the huts on the first day when we arrive. Actually, the second day. We arrived quite late on the first day, so it would have been, we would have arrived on Monday, and then Tuesday we would go down to the huts and pick up the buoys and the cable that runs along the lake, and we throw that in the back of a truck. We drive it down to the lake, and we spend about an hour and a half. Basically have to attach the wire to the back of a launch. That launch will then drive down, where is it? Down from here all the way along up here to the very end point of the course, the 2,000 meter marker. As they're towing the wire out, normally it's tradition for the newer guys, they have to try and clip the buoys on, as us older, more experienced athletes try and cause as much distress to the whole situation. We're known to wobble the cable around a bit and just make their lives hell. So then we have to keep walkie-talkieing the launch, pull the line back in, re-clip the buoys, and send them off again. But that normally takes about an hour and a half, I think, at the most, depending on how difficult us older guys are being. But it's basically one line of buoys, and we just go round and round and round and round and round and round and round, and the only thing that can keep you going is this view. That's all you got to look at. And as I said earlier, the conditions can change. You can go out and it could be blaring hot sunshine, lovely flat water. Give it half an hour, it could be the polar opposite. You could have dark clouds rolling in, thunder, lightning, rain, savage crosswind, rain coming in horizontally and just sort of slapping you in the side of the face. So you have to be prepared.